His Tinder profile said he was 45, but he looked barely 30. The bio said, looking for a sugar baby. $700 weekly. No sex. I was a broke university student, so I swiped right. We matched instantly. His first message said, "Hey there, sweetheart." I hated the word, but then he sent the money. $700 appeared in my account before I had even agreed to anything. When I asked what he wanted, he said, "Just a few favors." The first one was simple. Pick up a package and drop it at his house. The pickup address led me to a broken chain-link fence and a house that looked abandoned. A huge tattooed man filled the doorway and asked if I was there for Jack's stuff. He told me not to move. A few minutes later he came back with a cardboard box, about the size of a shoebox. The corners were damp and stained. I opened my trunk because I did not want that thing on my seats. Before I drove away, the man called after me. "One more thing," he said. "Watch out." Jack's house was the opposite of the pickup address: stone pillars, perfect grass, expensive silence. He texted that he was not home, and that the key was under the blue flower pot. "Go inside, put the package on the coffee table, lock the door when you enter, and lock it again when you leave." He repeated that last part twice. I thought it was dramatic. Then I stepped inside the mansion, closed the door behind me, and something in my body made me lock it. The inside of the house looked like a museum for rich people: dark wood, maroon carpet, rooms that seemed too clean to be lived in. I left the package on the coffee table and started back to the door. Then a phone rang somewhere inside the house. At the same second, Jack texted me, "Do not answer any calls that are not from Marvin." I found the ringing phone in an office. The caller ID said Jack. I did not answer. I locked the door and left. After that, the favors became stranger. I switched cars in empty parks. I delivered briefcases I was warned not to open. Sometimes I sat with the man from the pickup house for exactly the amount of time Jack requested. In total, I made $3,500. Then Jack offered me $1,000 to spend one night in his house. On the dining room table, he left rules: lock the door when you enter. Only answer calls from Marvin. Do not open the door after 10, no matter who they say they are. If the hallway closet is open, sleep in the library. Turn the TV to static and let it play all night. Do not forget. At 8:50, I used the faucet for the last time. At 9, I checked the hallway closet. It was open, so I moved into the library. At exactly 10:16, the doorbell rang. I almost stood up, then remembered the rule. A voice outside said it was the police. "Open up." I did not move. Then the voice changed. It sounded like Jack. "Let me in," he said. Then it was a woman. Then a child. For almost an hour, different people rang the bell, announced themselves, and disappeared when I stayed silent. By morning, I was exhausted but alive. I heard someone moving in the kitchen and crept toward the sound. Jack stood at the stove making scrambled eggs, exactly like his profile pictures. He smiled like nothing was wrong and asked how the night went. I said nothing too freaky happened. He paid me, walked me to my car, and watched me leave from the driveway. I told myself I was done. No amount of money was worth whatever that house was. At home, I found the rule sheet in my bag and read it again. That was when I realized what I had forgotten. Turn the TV to static and let it play all night. Do not forget. My phone buzzed with the $1,000 payment, followed by a message from Jack. He wrote, "I am not in town right now. I should be back next week." I read it again, thinking about the man who had made me breakfast. Then a new number texted me a picture of Jack standing in front of the TV. Another picture showed the outside of my house. The final message said, "Watch out."